All right, so thank you so much for joining us today live on Lunch Out Loud Ottawa for our first episode of 2013. It's going to be a huge year for us in 2013.
Happy New Year!
So that's Andrew Miller, I'm Nick Vichewski, and we're joined here live with Mary Lou Moles and Fatty Gabby and also on call, Robert McCoy from Skyfall Blue. So before we get to that, I'd just like to talk a bit. That was the song we heard there was Claude Munson and the Storm Outside. So you might have seen him. He's been playing a lot of open mics around Ottawa. We've seen him at the Lafayette House, and he's played at the Jail Hostel. He's played all over with his band. It's a 5-piece band right there. They just recently released their first self-titled album. That happened on December 20th at the Mercury Lounge. And if you want to see them next, they're playing with Sound of Lions, another Ottawa band, on January the 19th at the historic Black Sheep Inn in Wakefield, Quebec. So I'll have more info on the album, and we'll listen to more songs going forward. So yeah, pretty good. So thank you so much for joining us on this. It's not as cold anymore today.
Thank God. One thing I want to complain about, and I'm going to say spoiler alert right away, if you guys are looking for the Canada Junior game and you're watching it live right now, well, not live, I guess, recorded. Turn it off real quick. Boo to radio stations for ruining it to me this morning. I tuned in. It lasted about 3 seconds of being on the radio before I found out that Canada, unfortunately, is not going to go forward for the gold medal.
Do you know who they're playing in the...
Sweden, yeah.
It is Sweden.
Oh, no, sorry. Sweden won, so they're going on to the gold. So it's going to be Russia.
You still get Russia. That's
yeah.
all right. All right, so to get things started right off the top today, we want to go through 4 events that are going on in January. You know, it's freezing cold outside. Everybody's waiting for the canal to freeze so we can get out in the canal and get doing some more of these winter activities. But there are some still great events going on in Ottawa. So the first one I want to talk about is presented by Ottawa Magazines. It's their 2-week festival, and it goes along with a lot of the things we talk about on this show, which is the awesome restaurants we have in Ottawa. So it's from January 10th to the 26th. They are teaming up with 27 local restaurants. All the information will be on our website, and then you can like their Facebook page. But 27 local restaurants, and they put together a price fixed menu. So you get 3 great local options that are going to be tailored to you, and the cost, you might save quite a bit of money on what normally could be pretty expensive. And it's a great night out to try out different restaurants.
That's awesome. Also, for those of you that like the Nordic Spa, and if you're like myself and Mary Lou, and you are kind of getting hushed here and there while you're at the spa, maybe you should head out there on a Thursday night. They're going to continue it again for 2013. They're going to, for $54, you don't need a reservation either. Just show up at the spa. They're going to have live DJ. That $54 also includes the baths, so you can lounge out, relax. There's going to be some relaxing music, and obviously you can hit up the restaurant and the bar while you're there too.
That's January 30th will be the first one, so it's a great time. The next thing I'd like to talk about is on the January the 12th. Fatty, myself, Andrew, and of course Mary Lou, who is one of the best yoga instructors in the city.
Thank you.
The Ottawa Health and Wellness Expo will be on the 12th of January. So that is going from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Ottawa Schenkman Arts Center in Orleans. And Dr. William Davis is going to be the keynote speaker there. So he has a top 10 book, I think worldwide, on the wheat belly, because that's a huge part of the kind of diet going on now. So we'll be there. There's going to be over 95 booths of goods and service providers, each benefited to help to benefit your health and wellness, what better time than the beginning of the year, right?
Exactly. And speaking about being healthy, let's talk more about food. Taboo Eats presents My Neighborhood Bites. It's going to be taking place this winter, and it's going to celebrate all the foodies and their delectable dishes across Ottawa. They're going to pop up in 12 different neighborhoods and celebrating food of all kind. Package price of about $15 includes $5 admissions, 2 tastings. Tasting cards are available at the door. Kids under 12 are free. And the next one's going to be January 12th at Babylon Nightclub, and that'll start at 6 p.m.
Yeah, so I guess not a lot going on this weekend as we just had that awesome ball drop on New Year's. Marilyn, were you there for that, Patty? Did you get out to that was phenomenal. They were expecting 4,000 to 5,000 people at Spark Street. The cops are estimated at 20,000, and 20,000 people.
Wow, that's more than
and
expected.
they've already opened up for next year
For
to
the
have
next
a third,
year, yeah.
the third block. So it's just a tremendous success, and
That's
it just-
amazing.
I think it's great. I mean, we're Ottawa's capital, and this is the first time that we're doing something big like this for New Year's Eve. I mean, you think about every other big city in the world, they have a pretty big New Year's festival for people to celebrate,
That's
right?
true.
Especially something, that the whole family could get out there and actually take part in.
And it just shows you more of what Spark Street can actually be, because you get out there for the Rib Fest, and the whole street is just packed there Friday night, Saturday night, and it's just a great time to see, and it's really good to, in such a large city where you have Orleans, different communities, when you do have a central kind of big, large thing like that, you can really get to see people that you normally don't.
That's true. Spark Street actually is the first original outdoor mall in North America, and I think that's one area in Ottawa that really has a lot of potential. I work in that area. I walk every day, or sort of walk every day around that area, and I think there's just this phenomenal potential if Ottawa can come together and realize that potential. It's right next to the Parliament Hill. It's right next to the Byward Market. There's just so much that can be done, and it doesn't have to end at 5 o'clock. So
exactly.
It's really amazing that the Spark Street Mall Authority, I think that's what their company is, it has started this, and 20 York Street for one. We support something that's pushing that envelope in Ottawa. I did blog about it, and we were planning to go, but we did spend the New Year's Eve at Chateau Cartier, which is another great, just in the Ottawa region. So there is so much in the area that needs to be explored and shared with people.
Absolutely. So the main thing we're here to talk about is Skyfall Blue and the new media company in Ottawa. So Fadi and Marilu, if you could tell us a little more of what it is and why it started, and that would be great.
Well, I'll probably give you a little snapshot on Skyfall Blue. It all started by wanting or always having the vision of providing anybody or clients, small to medium businesses, a one-stop shop to do everything from social media to online marketing to business development, web development, you name it. Why? It's because it's very, very hard to put a strong team together where a small business can say, can you do this for me? And we're like, yes, we can do it all. There's no weakness. So by combining a key players like we did between Marilu, myself, and Rob, we covered every aspect of a business. We understand the business needs from an entrepreneur point of view because of my background, to consumer, to business development, to web development. So we understand it from both sides. Exactly. And we can deliver solution because of our combined expertise, from whether it's health and fitness to business to engineering of my background to web shopping carts, online marketing, increasing sales. And we've done retail stores, online stores. We've done it through Tan Skincare.
So absolutely. So you're taking something that you've seen work, and I have read. You've read so many motivational, the great books of biographies, and you're just expanding more because you love seeing more things grow here.
The biggest part is how to create something that's actually have a unique advantage. It's everybody can say, oh yeah, we are a PR agency. We're not a PR agency. We're a lot more. And I refuse to promote ourselves as a PR because my background is the strongest entrepreneurial kind of spirited guy. So and then I have in my team, I have Marilu, which is very, very strong in PR and marketing.
I think she might be over 1,000 tweets in this thing right now.
So they're not tweeting, guys. I am.
She's at 40, over 43,000 tweets. Which
I don't know,
but that is phenomenal. I'm at 3,000.
Are your phones live?
To be honest, I created a tweet war against her last year.
Oh, really?
10 people against her, and then she won. So she
We
out-tweeted
had
all
a Twitter war, and it was against 20YS.
I don't know. Her versus Jim Watson. We're going to see it.
Jim Watson.
This is nothing.
We can actually improve his campaign. I guarantee you.
You hear that, Jim?
He's coming on next week, isn't
Yeah,
he?
Jim will be on in a
2
couple of
weeks.
weeks.
2
Yeah,
weeks,
so.
yeah.
But you know what, though? It's not about how much you tweet or how many tweets you have. It's
Absolutely.
the quality. It's the strategy behind it. It's every tweet has to have a certain a different way of doing it.
And it's about building the relationship and
Yes.
responding to, and too much in, our industries and, even yours. You see too many people, they're just tweeting out, they go on Hootsuite and they do the scheduled tweets and they think,
Yes.
I'm just doing scheduled tweets. And that's great because, I'm
busy,
tweeting,
yeah.
but they don't know the concept behind it. It's
Yeah.
getting to
Yeah,
know
I think
your
people can somewhat
clients.
recognize whenever it's a bit more robotic like that, you know what I mean? And it's not really coming from yourself. So, in terms of your firm and your company, from my point of view, obviously I've never personally hired someone. I mean, I've started my own business, but I've never actually hired a company out there. A thought in my mind would be, wow, that must be a high ticket price. I'm sure you guys can handle very large clients and can handle the demands of just about any size client. But do you guys offer a variety of options for smaller people? Just kind of starting up a company or whatnot. Is there a variety of price options for people out there in the city here that might need your help?
Everybody says, okay, how much do you charge? I'm like, what do you need?
Yeah.
Really, what do you need? Because what you think you need and what you really need are two different things. And normally you have no clue what your business needs unless you start talking and having experienced people talking to you about it. And this is just like, let's go have a coffee kind of thing. But our strength is to expand so quickly. Within overnight, we can just quadruple our team. And we just did that with one of the startup company in New York. We just got a very strong, big deal. It's a new social media company getting to penetrate the market, and we're working on their web development.
Oh, that's great.
It's
So-
actually something that promises that would change the way we're looking at a lot of things right now.
social
Facebook,
media.
Twitter, and so it's going beyond that sort of.
This
format.
sounds top secret. I don't know.
It
Are we allowed
does.
to
So
talk
we're
about
actually
this, or-
working, but this is.
So this is the project started actually yesterday, and we put a team together overnight
Wow.
to support. Like
Oh,
we
that's
have.
fantastic.
This
And
is a
web
deal
development,
that
we're
came
talking-
for Christmas.
Yeah, but keep in mind though, when you go to a company which is very well established and they have like 20, 30 people, you're paying a premium for everyone who's sitting there and doing not much.
Absolutely.
We hand select every single key player to work on our team, on call base or on a project base. So there's no extra added
Yeah.
cost, and we're just selecting kind of best of the best. Why? Is because they need to meet our standard.
Yeah.
So if we created a name for ourselves and a certain brand for ourselves, everyone who's going to join the team has to meet or exceed our expectations, and then so the customer is not going to have to worry whether it's a student working on it or somebody
sure.
in the back of a office sitting and not even having a computer. No, it's hand second, and we can show the resumes, and that's how we got our network. Is what gets us the next job.
Yeah.
And we created a strong network through Mary Lou, and Rob is reputation is been very good, and our success has been not
That's
bad.
great.
Let's say that.
So a good first step. Sorry, I didn't
I
interrupt.
just want to see if Rob's still there.
Yes.
Rob, do we still have Rob?
Yeah, I'm definitely still here, guys.
Awesome.
So
Right
we
on.
have our Chief Technology Officer as well for Skyfall Blue. And Rob, do you have anything to add to that?
Well, again, I just want to sort of reinforce, biggest thing people think about when they hear a new company like this and catering to larger organizations, that the small business cannot afford it. But as both Mary Lou and Fadi have said, we will work within the budget to sort of overview what they need and actually tell them, you don't need all this to get going. You just need a basic startup. And so the price point is in fact economical for even small businesses.
That's good. And speaking of economical pricing and whatnot, I mean, obviously, 10 years ago, the internet wasn't really active. I mean, of course, it was around, but it wasn't as prevalent as it is today. What are your thoughts on cost-effective marketing strategies like that? I mean, obviously, as I said, traditionally it would be radio and television back in the day, and now it's a little easier, I guess, for smaller companies to get started with social media networks and such, right? Or what are your thoughts on that? Is television and radio still prevalent at all? Or?
It depends for which company. If you're Coca-Cola Classic or whatever, sure, you can afford a few hundred thousands per 30 seconds. If you look at Ottawa, and what made Ottawa is small businesses, because Nortel is not there, JDS is a fraction of what's there. They can't afford TV or radio or newspaper. A small ad in the Citizen is like $5,000-$6,000.
I know.
For $5,000-$6,000, I can blow a campaign out of the water for a few months for you, and I'll put you on the map with my team. So what you can have, and because the whole media changed and the evolution has been very, very rapid, you have to change with it. And what we did, for example, for TAN, I actually closed my retail location and switched online, and I'm more successful today, online-only store with wholesale, than I've been for the last 6 years.
Yeah.
Because of our marketing strategy and how we approached it.
And kind of get away, and you offer the free shipping in Ottawa.
We do.
Yes.
That's phenomenal. So you close in a store. So in the Glebe, where sometimes, especially like when the snow is piled up, they've been having problems with the snow piled up. Like it's hard to get out to
construction.
The
construction
stores.
It's been bad.
To get out there,
if you can't come to us, we'll come to you.
Come to you free.
And to be honest, a lot of times is I know the customers by name, so they live beside my place, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna drop by, say hi, and they're like, what are you doing? Well, it's part of my service. I still provide great service even though I'm online.
And they usually get really surprised when they open their door and they see him delivering. Sometimes he takes over the delivery.
It's part of my fun.
Well, that's it. Yeah,
And it's fun. And it's fun.
The personal aspect goes a long way.
Exactly.
Especially when you're doing a lot online, people still need that.
Oh, absolutely.
That personal touch.
All they needed to know is it's still us. It's still Fatty behind the scenes, and we're still there. Yeah. And they kept supporting us, and the support's been overwhelming.
Phenomenal. All right, so we're going to listen to one more song now from Claude Munson and The Storm Outside. So this song's called When Your Gods Are Dead. And we'll be right back with Mary Lou, Robert, and Fatty. So thank you very much.
So frequently in my mind I see catastrophe. It's leaving now. Yes, it's gone away. Once upon a serenade by a riverside, the sunlight through the shade. I heard a name I can't explain. It's in the rain, down the drain, shame and fame, and it's all a game, and it's all a game. That's my heart.
All right, so that was another great tune from Claude. And so we're back with
Mary Lou and Fatty.
Yep. And we'd just like to, I guess, just continue on what you were saying to us during the break there, and then we'll get to know a little bit more about you, so people, connect with great people in Ottawa and learn about why you are still in Ottawa and share the love of the city just like us.
Yes, let's talk about that. That would be great.
Let's jump on. I know just during that little break, Fatty was mentioning that a lot of people there's kind of false ideas of if somebody's starting a business, whether or not they need some help with social media or PR or whatnot. What are some of the? I know a lot of people think, okay, it's cheap, it's free, it's easy, I can do this myself, sort of thing. What would you say to that? Because I know I've seen a lot of people, and not to say that they don't do it right, but they're doing it wrong.
That's true. Oh, you want me to take this over?
Sure.
Yes, I think we have met a lot of business owners that have sort of, taking it on to themselves because they think, oh, you know what, this is, I can tweet, I can just put a Facebook page and then I'm good to go, so people can go. And, sometimes that actually does more harm than good. Exactly. Because if you properly, social media can be such a big element of, not just the marketing and PR, but your operations. It's not just an afterthought, but it's something that can be integrated to the day-to-day operations. And really, you do save a lot of money, you do save a lot of time, but you do have to find the proper way of doing it. Getting the new product out in there, getting, special promos that you might have for the week, introducing your store to people. Even if you're not online, you're a brick and mortar store, you can definitely use social media.
How to relate to clients.
Exactly.
How to relate to changes in the environment.
Even customer service is done on Twitter, and there's a lot of companies that are doing it right, and there's some companies that are not doing it right as well.
I know for myself, being in real estate, that websites is a big thing, right?
Yes.
And I know the majority of realtor web pages that I've ever hit up are very busy, hard to navigate through.
That's the other
and
thing.
I'm assuming, that's a common theme across many businesses out there, is that, although they spend a lot of money and get these websites done,
Beautiful websites.
yeah, they might look great, but functionality might not be there, and some people, that'll turn people off right away. Like you said, it could do a lot more harm than good, right?
So here's what we did when we launched our company. So that's what I love about Ottawa. It is small, even though you meet a lot of great people. And one of the things when I won the top 40 under 40 award with Business Journal and Chamber of Commerce.
Somewhere we were going to talk about later.
No, that's fine.
But
So
let's talk about
I
it.
met James McKenzie, which is another winner.
Yeah.
And then through that introduction, he's a new CEO of Nomad Works, which is another software company very focused on real estate support for web development. We partnered up because we want to provide his customers. It's like we compete, yet we complement each other.
Mm-hmm. That's great.
We want to provide his customers a way to provide content creation, online marketing, to help them create their website to be not only user-friendly, but more professional, yet,
Absolutely.
Okay, how do you market yourself online?
Yeah.
So through these networks, and again, is you start from one place, you partner up and you grow. You're talking about real estate, it's key. If I want to buy a house, you better have a proper description, proper this, proper that. Like it's all in detail.
And it just shows, and you're doing that all locally, so it just shows
Yes.
that our incredible talent that we have here in Ottawa. It's phenomenal. So.
You don't need to keep competing. You can complement each other.
Absolutely.
And that's what people are always scared of, competition. No, competition is good. But
Absolutely.
you need to
It's
know
great.
when you compete and when you partner up and you select your partners because they can make you move stronger, faster,
Absolutely. And it's always fun to learn new things and be
course.
part of new strategies. And I just love just going out there and having fun every day.
Yeah.
Not going in with a beat people down mentality. Just we'll grow and we'll grow together. And
it wastes so much time. So it's
exactly, it wastes so
And
much
Ottawa
time.
is really full of phenomenal talents. There's actually a lot of companies that are sort of under the radar, doing stuff that are international level, getting
Yeah,
recognized. Whether it's film, whether it's in music, arts, and absolutely in technology. We're doing a lot of stuff that are changing the world.
Yeah, and I love being part of that.
Yeah.
Toronto's good too, Robert.
When are you moving to Ottawa, Rob?
I spent 15 years. I think I'm good in my area right now. Ottawa's a great city, but I've kind of changed.
Was it too cold for you?
priorities and work.
Is it too cold for you? All right. Well, now that we're kind of running a little, I guess we're running a little short on time. Why don't we just get to know you a bit more about where you love in Ottawa, where you love living,
Okay.
favorite restaurants.
You guys been in Ottawa your whole lives, or
Yeah, how did you come to be
much.
here?
How?
Fatty? We'll start with you. Go ahead.
Yes, I'll start with you.
Sure. Been in Ottawa for probably 23, 24 years now. I lost count.
That makes you.
Very wise man. Thank you. A lot to do in Ottawa. You know what? Ottawa can be exciting, can be boring, depends what you choose to do. And when you look at outdoor activities, if you're an outdoor, the sky is the limit.
Yeah.
Right? It's
What do you like doing in the outdoor?
before my injury is everything. Now I'm trying to be selective, but I love skiing, love downhill skiing, just anytime. In the winter, if not, the winter won't go fast enough.
Yeah,
I'm not
especially on
afraid-
cold days like today.
So because I suck at skating, so I need to compensate, so I have to ski a bit more.
There you go.
But summer is also fun. Like, keep in mind is I have days where I'm in my car and I'm jumping from one activity to the other.
Yeah.
Things change, of course, but again, is you can be as creative as you want.
Yeah.
So
And Mary Lou, I know you're absolutely everywhere in this.
Yeah,
Well,
let's hear a little bit about what else you do, Mary Lou. I know you're kind of
That's
like
right.
me and you like to dabble in a lot of things.
aside from going to the radio center. No, before Ottawa, I grew up pretty much on an island in this tropical, country down South Pacific in the Philippines.
Whoa, that's me.
Yeah, we have my grandparents own their own island, we're on the main island, so I'm pretty much an island girl.
That's
But
awesome.
before going to moving to Ottawa with my mom and my sister, we've lived in Tokyo as well.
Oh, wow.
Live in Manila, and then traveled around Asia because my dad worked as a marine engineer and works on a ship all the time. So we travel around the world to meet him at different ports. But been in Ottawa now and always been a market girl. I've lived in the Byward market for 7 years now.
Yeah. You don't find
And,
it's too busy yet still, or you like being in the heart of it all? I guess.
I love being in the heart of it all. My friends and my family not only makes fun of me, but hates kind of visiting because of the parking.
Yeah.
But yet they also love it because
Soon they'll have the LRT, so they'll be able to.
There you go.
once you get the parking ticket, then you can relax and then you can.
Yeah, they won't ticket you
He
twice. in
always
the
gets
same day.
parking tickets.
Yeah, me too.
Everybody comes.
But I think it's the market. I live right in the heart of it, in the courtyard. So you're surrounded by shops, you're surrounded by beautiful restaurants.
Any favorite restaurant? Any favorite shop?
I actually love Lux.
Lux
Lux
Bistro.
Market, Lux
very good,
Bistro is very good. But there's also this sort of French restaurant in the Gatineau area that we go to, Vieux de l'Earth. And one of the reasons why I personally love it is because you can bring your own wine, and I think
love
that's
that. That's a great
that's
option.
Ottawa, Ontario has to catch up on that because
We do. It brings
you-
people out there.
It does, and you can bring
I
your
lived in
own.
Australia.
I know we had it for a bit. I think it just kind of fizzled out, or nobody wanted it, or the corking fees might have
But
been
the
too
corking
much,
fee is
or-
too much. Over in Gatineau, there's nothing. You can
No corking
bring
fee
as
at all.
many bottles as you
You're
want.
going now.
Yeah, we're going right
We're
after
going
this
at
show.
lunch.
No.
They
I
actually
know.
don't have a wine list at the restaurant. You actually really
Okay,
just have
so
to bring your own.
we'll put that up
That's
on the
fantastic.
Facebook
Yeah.
page.
What about restaurants for yourself there, real quick, Fatty? Anything?
I live in Westboro, which is a lot.
Oh, you got a lot
softer
going
and
on right now,
nicer
too,
than
eh?
The market.
Excuse me.
We got a Westboro.
I guess what I love about it
I
is
think we have
the
the
owner of the
Westboro Market
restaurant
Wars.
is normally the chef in the back, so it's
That's
it's very
Love that.
hands-on. The quality is very good. One of my actually very favorite restaurant is Cafe Mio, which is
Yeah.
the food is always consistently
notch.
good, always, right?
Nice.
Because Rob is always in the back taking care of it.
Wonderful.
Not Rob,
check that
our
out.
Rob, another Rob.
We love our Rob.
All right, thanks. But anyways, we're actually out of time. That went so fast, just like it always does.
It does,
Thank you
yeah.
so much, Robert, Fatty, and Mary Lou.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you for
Thank you.
inviting us.
No, thank you.
Hopefully, listeners out there, you kind of got a bit better of a feel of what a company like Skyfall Blue can do for you. And don't hesitate to go on their website. I believe it's www.skyfallblue.com.
That's right.
Perfect. So
Yeah.
go hit it up and check it out, guys.
And next week we got Tim and Steve. We're going to Bo's Brewery, so that's going to be an awesome one.
Can I join you guys?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
Come on, Fatty.
And then you want to see the mayor.
Somebody might have to drive us home.
that's
So.
in 2 weeks. The mayor.
2 weeks. We'll
So you're going to
get
go
there.
back too?
No, he's gonna call me because he needs
Perfect.
a better campaign.
All right, so we're going to finish up with one last song from Claude Munson and The Storm Outside. And it is called
Out the door.
Out the Door.
All right, thanks very much.
Take care, guys.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.